It's never going to be perfect. I'm doing every possible thing to steer myself in the right direction. And it just feels like there is just one thing after the other that makes me believe that I constantly need to be on my feet, or I will never successfully achieve my vision for life. I'm in constant worry over this, and I can't figure this out.
5 minutes later.
What the frick? It's as if nothing is distracting me anymore from steering my thoughts in certain directions. Now that I think of it, there is nothing to worry about. Everything is great, and I understand any change that I need to make will take time and patience if I'm truly convinced it will benefit me.
So as of right now, is there anything that you're worrying about? Some type of a situation, no matter what it is, completely trapped inside of your head, bringing you almost to a nervous wreck, and maybe it might bring you to a complete halt within your life, until that fulfillment of that situation is gone about. I just want to let you know, if you are worrying about something right now, it's okay. We all tend to experience it from time to time. Some situations are bigger than a lot others, but it's all the same type of feeling, and that feeling is worry. I myself occasionally feel it as well. It used to be drastically within my life that I would worry about almost everything. But there are simple ways to get out of that. Simple ways to cast away and dissipate worry within your life almost completely when thought about. If you're new to this channel, welcome to Smoothmon. But the sole priority of this channel is to help you run your life a little bit more smoother than it once was. So, what's the worst that can happen? When anyone feels that sense of worry come upon within their life, that should be the immediate question asked to their own selves. What is the worst that can happen? Well, let's dive a little more deeper and expand on this subject of worrying. What are the effects it can have on one's own life? On the most drastic of measures, it can honestly end your life from worrying too much. It can bring sleep deprivation to you. It could mess with your digestive system. It could give you heart problems. It could literally end your life if you are just such in a worrying stance. I mean, what do you expect to happen when you have something running your own life that is not you? It's not going to help you live properly. It's only going to be looking out for the beneficiary of its own self. If you're going to worry about stuff and you're going to make that your life, that's what your life is going to become. That sense of worry. And it's going to keep consuming and consuming until completely you're just not the same person once you were. You're just a big ball of worry. Now, some could argue that a sense of worry might be a little bit healthy to keep you motivated on track to something that you truly need to live out within your life. And I say that's a bunch of horseshit. Because worrying is its own thing. It's its own sensational thing. It's not there to motivate you. It's not there to keep you on track. In fact, it's there just to keep itself into a worrying state. It's not there to help with anything. It just wants to keep you in a hissy fit as it just keeps growing larger and larger until it just completely eats you alive. And this is why it stands very true. When you worry, it gets you completely nowhere. Now going back to that question I've asked earlier. What's the worst that can happen? And the answer to that simply is, who cares? Who cares what happens? Here's a funny trick you can convince yourself when you're in such a worrying state. Really do think of what is the worst thing that could happen. Really expand your thinking powers to think, what is the worst situation that can come about from this sense of worrying I am feeling? What if she denies me for going out on a date with her? What if the next one does? What if I never meet anyone? What if I'm alone forever? What if I'm never going to have the career I truly want within my life? I'm just going to be stuck from job to job, enduring the same exact pain, almost seemingly getting worse over time because the pay scale goes up, and just convincing myself as the pay goes up, the pain gets worse, until one day I'm about 98 and I can retire and just end my life completely there. Just a complete sorrow, endless trap of pain, rat race, bullshit, work. What if I never lose the extra weight? What if I never get in shape? What if I just keep eating like complete shit? I mean, it tastes pretty good. I love the taste of it. It's very engaging to me with that. But my body's not changing, and you know, what if I just accept that? I'm just going to get fatter over time, more disgusting looking, more unhealthy, and won't be able to even live to see past 58 or something like that. What if? This is what I mean. Think of the worst thing that could really happen. It's not going to happen. It's not. And it doesn't matter if it does. It's all crazy thoughts, if you really think about it. And I'm being serious, if you really do think about it, that is crazy thoughts. To the point where it's just one big shitting your pants type of moment. Just a But normal people don't just shit their pants in the sight of worry. They take action. And taking immediate action in the face of worry is a great start to the beginning of dissolving one's worries within life. Because something is actually going on. Some type of action is moving you in your life in a forward direction instead of being stagnant and stuck, not doing completely anything in a state of worry. But what if you are taking actions and you start to feel more precautious towards stuff? Well, then simply you just need to start focusing on what you can control at that time. And if you feel like you're faced with some type of astronomical type of situation, take a deep breath and relax. You're going to get over this hump. Either which way, you're moving forward through it. So just sit back, relax, and breathe. Because the last thing anyone wants to get caught up into while they're taking actions within their life, preventably trying to stop a worrying type of sense with them, is being caught in a performance mode. And one engaging with performance mode within their life is just basically trying to appease the masses for their own self-worth. Treading through eggshells because of the perceived fear and worrying of the judgment of the outside world towards themselves. Doing all you can with your God-given power as a human being to please everything outside of you, but not pleasing your own individual self. A complete nervous fucking wreck. When you act out with performance mode within your life, everything just basically goes to shit. Everything falls apart. It doesn't go according to plan. Because it's really not your authentic self taking those actions. It's almost as if you're trying to follow a script that's not even real, and everything around you has no idea what you're doing. So they kind of go with it, and it just becomes just a big clusterfuck, and it becomes everything you are thinking about at that moment. That big ball of worry. As in, everything that you are worrying about actually becomes your reality in those moments. And that's what keeps people stuck. Keeps people in that cycle that doesn't break from worrying about situations. Because they see it's quite real. They see it's right there. They see it's going on within their life. And it's so compelling to them that they have no idea what to do about it. As if this is just normal now. When in the truest form of reality, it doesn't matter. You're just going to keep living and living and living until you're not. You can make a mistake, that's fine. Learn from it and redo it, and don't make the same mistake again. If you're worried about something, that's fine. Worry about it if you want. Worry about it as much as you possibly can, almost. Think about the worst outcome you possibly can. Because you're going to realize how crazy it really seems like to really be thinking these thoughts. It just doesn't matter. It's not real. But what is real, and what is going to be realized by you, is the time wasted from worrying. And all that time wasted makes you think, I could have used that time to put forth into actions that would get rid of this situation I'm worrying about. I could have easily solved this puzzle. And this coming from a man's perspective, if a man is worrying about something, overly worrying about just everything, it's just disgusting. It doesn't even seem like an actual human being, because human beings have spines. And if a man's worrying about something within his life and just cannot shake it and just bombards his reality with it constantly, he's just looked at as a flapping, floundering, spineless, insecure freak. A man who is overtly screaming to his world that he cannot handle life and he needs someone to help him with it. And not to be so cutthroat, but every time you do worry and you kind of expand out into those different waters of even more exaggerated worriness to the point where it's just felt by your actual physical reality, your physical reality may feel sympathetical in some cases, but not all the time. I mean, if you're continuously doing that, you are going to be immediately viewed as that self-deprecated, hopeless person that just needs to be avoided so that person can figure it out themselves. They're unhelpable. They're unchangeable. There's nothing anything can do but themselves. You become completely lost in the sauce, and your world is just not into sipping the same sauce. You're just completely downing. So give up on worrying. Start taking actions immediately. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the baddest outcome that could happen, because it's going to lead you to nowhere. And all I'm simply saying is, why not leave nowhere and be present in the now here. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, comment below, share the video, like the video, and thank you. You're going to have a great day.